Gotham Season 2, Episode 10, The Son of Gotham. Now, this was a really great episode leading up to the fall finale, which I cannot wait to see considering the promo. They're touting it as like just this giant all-out war. But this was a really good episode that not only showed Bruce as a kind of his darker side of things, obviously, Gotham and all that, him being Batman, but it showed a really cool side of him having this really deep thought out plan where he just plays like it's just a really long con, and he plays it on silver, and it actually works. We get real information about the killer or possible killer, because we technically don't even know the person's first name. It's just M. Malone. But we get information that will lead him to finding out what happened with his parents, which is of course going to be involved with whatever his father was investigating in Wayne Enterprises, and specifically who's involved with whatever corrupt stuff is going on with Wayne Enterprises. And it was really fun to see that. And this episode had a lot of other crazy stuff that happened for sure leading up to the end of it. But Bruce's beginning I thought was pretty cool. I realized it was his plan when he was being taken away in the chair and the guy stopped. I was like, this is your last chance to say something. And that's when it kind of clicked. It was like, okay, at this point they can do one of two things. It's either going to be Bruce's plan, which is what I figured it was going to end up being, or this would be even crazier, and this really would end up being some other group that was kind of keeping tabs on who was trying to find out about Martha and Thomas Wayne's killer. And I would have preferred that, because that just would have been really weird to see like there is actually this group, and they're keeping tabs on whoever looks into the murderer. But it does turn out to be Bruce's plan, which I still thought was really cool, and I figured that's what it was going to be. I didn't think it would be like, proof here's this actual new group. I figured this is going to be the plan, because Bruce and Selina were talking about some plan, and I'm like, it's not just going to be, oh, he whispered something in her ear and he kissed her, and poof, that's the whole plan. I'm like, there's going to be something more than that. So it kind of clicked once he was being taken. I was like, oh, this is the plan they were talking about. So that was pretty cool. The guy who was doing this sort of interrogation and everything, every time he's in something, he's a villain. Like, no matter what, I always find that kind of funny. But I saw him, I was like, alright, he's going to be a bad guy. I guess, technically, he's still kind of a bad guy, because Selina knew him, and it's like, he didn't actually do it, but he does mention, like, are you guys good with her, or should I just, basically, they do a little sign with the knife. It's like, he clearly has killed some people for real before. So I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, he was okay in this, but based on his past, he's not exactly a great guy. But I like that ploy. It definitely worked. And it kind of brings up something that can affect the finale, which is Silver saying that now that I've told you this, once Marco finds out, he's going to kill me because he doesn't really give a crap. I don't know if that's going to tie in with Tabitha, who in this episode, when she was talking with Alfred, she mentions like she feels like her brother probably wouldn't care if Alfred made her disappear. And I'm wondering if in the finale, Tabitha may or may not switch allegiances, because she might actually care for her niece compared to Galavan, who's like, I don't give a crap, kill her, kill this kid. I feel like that could easily change Tabitha, considering where she's at on the fence, where it's like, she kind of feels more and more that he doesn't care. And it seemed like she was looking for something. She clearly was when she was in the house. She was looking for something. She was like breaking through the wall. So I'm assuming she was looking for the blade, maybe as evidence or something. But she was doing stuff that I'm assuming Galavan would have been a little upset if he found out. And then we get a really crazy scene, which, because I missed this episode and I didn't get to watch it until like today, I don't remember the promo, but I do believe they showed a scene where Alfred was going to be fighting Tabitha. But that was really awesome. And when she tries to whip him while he's walking away, he just grabs it like nothing. I was like, that's insane. But a very great fight scene. And it just shows, like, this is why Alfred is so freaking amazing in this series. It's like, as much crap as the show gets, it's like, I wish people could see this Alfred a lot more, because it's so amazing. And he's just always fighting people, and he's always kind of making it work. And he does get wounded, like he gets a little cut, and then of course she throws the blade and it actually lands, which I was like, that was crazy, but of course it did. But it was an awesome fight scene. Like, I love that fight scene. He's kind of just somewhere now in the back of a garbage truck, because he doesn't show up for the rest of the episode. And I would say that was like maybe 4, possibly 5 o'clock, depending on where Galavan's place is in relation to Bruce's school, but the end of the episode had to have been like 4 or 5 hours later, and it's like he's just nowhere to be found. He's just like, I guess he passed out in the garbage truck, and he'll just be found in the next episode or something, and try to get back to Bruce, and then realize he's been taken because Galavan, after being released, which I kind of hated that as much as Jim did. I wouldn't have punched the guy, but in Jim's case, obviously we know what's happening. He's really, I mean, he kills a guy in the beginning of this season, but somehow that's not as dark as it seems like things can get for his character, because that was unintentional, and they're constantly moving towards he could actually kill someone on purpose because that person's just bad. I don't know if they're going to have him actually do it. It feels like that's what they're leading up to, and they're going to save it for Galavan, because they talk about it in the beginning of this, because he didn't kill the flamingo guy, and that's why they had to bury the officer in the beginning of this episode. And he's like, I should have killed him because he was a bad guy. Like, he should have been killed, and if he was, then this 23-year-old girl would still be alive. So they're either going to have him not do it at the end, like he'll want to really, really bad, and he still won't for Galavan, or he's going to kill him. And they have that moment where they hold it for a bit. Like, they have all these different images going for the finale and everything, and then they have the image of him with a gun, and he pulls the trigger. Out of context, it kind of could mean anything, who knows, but that's kind of how they're playing it. And I don't know if that's what we're really going to see from Jim Gordon in this series, but they are really playing it up, this really dark side of him. And of course, you know, it goes to the very end, like he gets taken out of court, which didn't expect that to happen, where those cops actually tase him. I thought they were just going to be like, you know, we're not arresting you, we're just, you know, like, get the heck out of here, just cool off and figure it out later. But of course he gets tased, excuse me, and then he has to deal with Theo at the end, and that I didn't expect either. There were a couple, you know, aside from the Alfred Tabitha fight scene, really wasn't expecting this ending scene with Theo versus Jim, which was mostly just Theo hurting Jim, because that's pretty much what happens, because those previous punches that he took had zero relation to his actual fighting skill, which we saw when it was just full-on martial arts. He was doing spin kicks, like especially that final kick, and he just takes him down. But he does spin kicks, he's using his tie like he's in a freaking Jackie Chan movie, and he's like twisting his tie around him and stuff. All sorts of insanity, and he just takes Bruce down, or it takes Jim down. And it was just a crazy fight, and I was like, man, the only way that Jim could possibly take Galavan out at this point, after that, you know, after that little scene, is if he shoots him, because he can't beat this guy in hand-to-hand combat, clearly. So I don't know what the heck to expect, but that was a great scene. And then Penguin coming in to save him was pretty awesome, because we had, in this episode, I didn't expect it to change by the end, so, but I'm kind of glad it changed just after this episode. But having, like, Penguin and Enigma as, like, the odd couple, I thought that was really funny. And it's like, the first thing is, like, he clogged the toilet, I'm assuming, because, you know, Riddler's like, you know, did you jiggle the handle? So he clogs the toilet, and then they have the conversation where it's like, you know, get rid of Miss Kringle's glasses and everything, which happened pretty quickly once he realized Theo was released. He just crushes the glasses out of rage. But I thought that was funny. It was really good. Nigma had a great scene when he was pretending to cry. I was like, that was actually very cool and devious of him. And it's just like, alright, got out of that, but now she might be a little bit suspicious, so make sure you get rid of the glasses and everything. But now we're going to have this crazy all-out war, which I don't know how they're going to do this, but everyone was there in that little ending scene. It was, Jim was there, Alfred was there, Selina was there, and Penguin with all of his people. So I don't know, like with Jim and Penguin, obviously the end of this episode, that's how they end up to, you know, working together. But I can't wait to see how they, Selina, I could easily see that. But I'm very curious how they get Alfred into things. Maybe they meet at the same time at the house or something, or maybe Jim just says, like, we gotta find Alfred because he's gonna want to get Bruce. But I don't know. Like, I'm looking forward to that. The monks in this episode were very cool as well. It was another really great fight scene when they go to the massage parlor, and Jim has to fight that monk. And it was a cool scene. They're going through, and they're basically just breaking through these, I can't really call them walls, but, you know, they're breaking through the walls. And it was cool. It was a nice little close quarters fight scene that was pretty nice. And he like breaks the guy's arm and he reverses it and stabs him. And I was thinking when I was watching that fight scene, they've had a lot of great action in this season, and it's been like this whole season's been like leagues beyond season 1, and I've been loving it. And I was like, this is a really cool fight scene. And then when the guy stood up and like nothing happened, he just pulls out the knife, and I was like, and it's just getting better, because that was insane to me that they have these people that really don't feel pain. And it was just a crazy little moment. It doesn't affect this episode so much, but I think it'll be because of the really big battle. I think that'll be a big component of the next episode, because these people don't exactly feel pain. It's not going to be just a simple fight. They're going to have to like knock these people unconscious or flat out kill them to stop them, because it's like, oh, you broke an arm. They'll just come at you with the other arm. So I think they kind of introduced us to it in this episode, but we'll really get to see the full effect in the next one, because in this episode we do get to see the guy that Jim fights, and then we see the guy that Bullock goes up against, and he knocked him out because he pushed him into the pillar, which was pretty crazy. That was a cool scene too, and the whole pillar just collapsed. I was like, holy crap, like Bullock really had it. He definitely had that situation covered. But that guy, he got knocked unconscious, and that didn't exactly have anything to do with pain. That was just, you hit a certain part hard enough, you're done for. Like, that's pretty much it. You get knocked out. So they kind of show both sides of it, where the simple limits of pain are completely exceeded by these people, but you can still hit them hard enough, they'll drop. So they showed us both sides of that, which was pretty cool. And I think they did a lot of good in this episode. I think it was a great lead up to the finale. And we have all the different clips and stuff. We have some dialogue thrown in from the next episode for the promo as well. Like, there is a part where Bruce says, like, goodbye Silver, I love you. I don't know. I would assume, because it sounded like a fluid sentence, that he actually said that, but it could have easily been chopped together from two separate scenes. Because they really do that type of stuff. That's what promos are kind of for, where they make you think one thing and it's like, that didn't even remotely happen. It was a dream sequence that they showed, but they basically act like it's a part of the whole episode. And it's like, well, they could have just showed something else. I'd still be excited, but then they lied to you or whatever. But I'm really looking forward to the mid-season finale. I think this episode was a great lead-up. I don't know how much of a role Riddler's going to play in this next episode. I don't think anything's going to happen with anyone honestly being like actually suspicious of him having killed Miss Kringle or anything like that. I think he'll be totally fine. But I'm really looking forward to this big gang war. I don't know what's going to happen with Silver. I think that is a route that they could go, though, where Galavan, it's like Galavan, Tabitha, and Silver, and he's like, like, I can't believe you told Bruce this information, which, to be totally honest, I thought that was completely fake. I thought he was just like BSing Bruce the whole time. I figured he had some plan. It's like, I have your signature. He could just pull a gun out and be like, get the heck out of my office, and then boom, he had Bruce's signature, and so he has Wayne Enterprises. I personally thought that's what it was going to be. I figured the file was fake to begin with, but apparently it's real, so it's an actual route that they can go with, where Galavan is really mad at his niece, and then his sister kind of fights against him, like, you're not going to kill her because she thought she was about to get killed. Like, it's just not really worth it to have that sort of information. So I don't really know. I don't know if they're going to play it that way or not, but really looking forward to the mid-season finale. I really enjoyed this episode. Great action. Bruce's plan was really awesome. To see him kind of take a bit of a darker role in this episode was pretty nice. Alfred's, like I said, Alfred's fight scene was awesome, but now he's just in the win, and then all the other insanity, and now we have Jim once again with Penguin. Like, I don't know how many times Penguin's going to bring up how much Jim may or may not owe him a favor, but I feel like, I thought that's what he was going to say, honestly. As soon as he saw him, I thought he was going to be like, it looks like you owe me another favor. I honestly thought that would be the first thing he said to him, but maybe they're past that. I highly doubt it, because Penguin can use all the help he can get, especially at this point. But they're going to have certainly a mutual agreement, like, he needs to go. Like, plain and simple, for all the murders that he's committed, everything he's trying to do to the city and everything like that. And then, of course, with Penguin, it's just, he killed my mom, I just want the bastard dead. But they both have their reasons, so we're going to see a lot of crazy teamwork in this next episode, but I love this one. Of course, I want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and I want to know what you guys want to see in this mid-season finale and what you expect based on what we've seen in this episode and previous other ones as well. Where you guys think things may or may not be going, like with the Tabitha stuff, with, you know, how she's kind of viewing her relationship with her brother, and like I said, exactly what she was doing in the apartment kind of says a lot. So I want to know where you guys think that might be going. Just what you want to see in general, because they have a lot. They've done a lot with this second season so far. A lot of people obviously were turned off by season 1 in itself. Hopefully enough people stayed on to see how amazing the show has gotten since the first season. And despite what they did with killing off Jerome, I know that like disrupted a lot of people. Like my girlfriend stopped watching because of that, and I've been trying to convince her ever since, like, just please give it another chance. Like, I know they killed off an awesome character. Jerome was pretty amazing, but I've said it like several times, like I was a little unsure. I figured they knew what they were doing, and I've definitely loved the episodes since Jerome. His episodes were awesome, but they've definitely done some really crazy and amazing stuff since then. So I'm still trying to get her to watch it, even though she just will not listen to me, that it's actually been doing okay since they did that. But I think they've done really well, and hopefully, I don't know if they're going to kill Galavan or defeat him or what, because whether he's dead or going to prison, he's going to be defeated, and then we have the whole second half of the season. So, like, I just don't see him escaping based on what they showed us with the giant war happening. But if he does, he's not going to be, there's no way he could possibly still come out as like, I'm trying to be mayor and this and that. So I don't know, if that does happen, that would be really interesting too. If he actually escaped still, I don't know what to expect. But it's the finale, so they might defeat him, they might not. Something crazy happens during finales. That's just how they go. It's whether it's the mid-season finale or the season finale, crazy stuff happens to leave us wanting more. So they're going to do something big. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I of course want to know what you guys think. So please comment below, let me know. And thanks for watching.